Welcome to my high voltage hustle.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
You'll see me bid on my parts car. And you'll see this gorgeous mini truck come alive. Well, before you start tearing it apart, stop. I'm Bailey. I'm an educator, builder, and DIYer. And in this series, you'll join me as I rip apart a Nissan Leaf and install its electric powertrain into a '79 Datsun mini truck. I've wired a lot of powertrains, but this will be my first EV swap from start to finish. Come watch me learn as I go and laugh at my mistakes. So plug in, grab some popcorn, and join the hustle. Hi, I'm Bailey with High Voltage Hustle. I work in the EV aftermarket, and welcome to sunny Southern California. I'm here this weekend to look at 4 trucks for my perfect project car. So we're gonna be diving into what criteria is gonna make that perfect vehicle to convert from gas to electric. So let's go, we got a lot to look at. First things first, what am I looking for in the perfect EV swap project truck? Well, 3 core things. Rust check. Maybe you need to look at the bed seam to make sure that there wasn't water, standing water in the bed, and it just rusted that seam. That's a very, very common place for this truck to have rust. So that's the first place that I'm looking. Also, under the back window, if there was rust at the bottom and it's come all the way up to underneath the window, that is a terrible sign, as well as right there on the rubber under the window, if it's got bubbling under there, that's a big sign of worse rust elsewhere. And then I'm also looking at the door frames. So I want to make sure that they're in good condition. The little side panel right in front of the doors, that's a very common place for these trucks to rust as well. So really just checking those 3 core spots as indicators of rust in the rest of the truck. The next thing that I'm looking for is mods. So these little truckitas are really popular in the lowrider community in Chicano, our culture. And so a lot of them have fender flares and have hacked wiring because you added subs in the back. So I'm looking for mods. Like, some mods are fine. It'd be great to have a new radio and audio system, but I want to make sure that it's not shoddy work. I'm not super excited about fender flares and other mods to the body. So those are things that I'm looking for too, because I want to keep it as original looking as possible. So definitely looking at what sort of mods were made in its current iteration, as well as perhaps previous mods in the 90s or 80s that have since been removed, but still have the leftover consequences of those modifications. So those are things that I'll be looking for in the truck as well. And the third thing that I'll be looking for as I shop for this truck is also the paint job. Ice cream paint job. So I want to make sure if it is repainted and not original paint, is the work done well. I am not looking for a rattle can job. I'm looking for some even coating. I'm looking for it to look really nice if it's been repainted. Did they do the engine bay as well as the outside of the body? All of that is a job well done. Or I'm looking for an original paint job, because then I have a little bit more leeway to decide if I want to keep it original or if I want to paint it myself. So definitely looking for reasons you might have painted it as well. Is the paint covering bondo? Is the paint covering up structural problems? Is the paint covering up really bad rust? And so if there is a non-original paint job, I want to make sure that it's not hiding deeper secrets. Okay, the first truck that we're going to take a look at is in Burbank, California. It has 322,286 miles on it, which is fine. We're going to swap it anyway. It's listed as 7,500 OBO, and this is a 1984 725 speed. So some things that I really like about this truck is it has a really nice sound system installed in it with Bluetooth. So that was really well done. The wiring looked really good on that. The interior is beautiful leather. I really like it. It's not an original paint job, but for the most part, it is reasonably rust-free. It looks like the guy who owns it actually has this enormous avocado tree that like hangs over his driveway, and so there was a kind of bad dent in the roof that led to some rusting from when like a large tree limb from his avocado tree fell over onto the truck. But besides that, like the condition of this vehicle is looking really good. Something that I'm grappling with is I really like that 7620 body style, and although this 720 is gorgeous, I don't know that the square headlights is what I'm looking for. I absolutely love those circular Datsun headlights from the 620 that you see in Laurels and other really amazing builds, and so I don't know if I'm ready to bite the bullet and get a square body 84. I might have to consider that. But it's in such great condition that it's really hard for me to not consider it, and the price is really good. So this orange one is one of the options because the great interior and the small amount of rust. Like I said, not an original paint job, but still really well done, and I could buy this and drive it today. Next up, we have a 1973 Datsun 620 from Chula Vista for $7,000. This one had a really nice chassis and frame, very minimal rust underneath, which was impressive, but the body was in pretty bad shape. Lots of bondo all over this truck. I did find a lot more rust than what I was happy with as I felt around like the side panels and the hood and the bed seams. There was a lot of rust. Some pros is those 16-inch rims and tires were looking really good. Brand new suspension. There were 4-inch blocks in the back, 3-inch lower in the front. But at the end of the day, there was this, look at this questionable yellow paint. There were just some things in the body that would be a lot of body work. It was a bondo baby, so I don't feel comfortable taking this one for the price that it was offered. Beautiful truck, love the yellow headlights, but just a little bit too much rust and bondo for me. Sorry. The next truck that I looked at was right down by the border of Mexico and California. It's a 76 Datsun 620 modded to hell. So there's some crazy roof rack happening. The fender flares were huge. Lots of mods on this truck. The owner seemed very desperate to get rid of it. So climbing underneath, I saw the paint job was covering up a lot of rust, a lot of interior damage underneath the frame and chassis. The truck itself was giving him trouble with the radiator. He said that all he had done is drain money into this truck. He really was not selling it to me at all. There was a lot of crazy wiring underneath, a lot of really poor decisions when it came to the blocks to lower it, and the fender flares were on they were like shaking and falling off. The guy really said that he just put a ton of new things into it and it still wasn't running well for him. The interior wasn't as nice as I was hoping that it would be. A lot of things that had been redone but not redone well, and this guy was really trying to get rid of it. So all in all, did not blink twice at considering this blue one. It was in terrible shape. The best thing about it was the yellow headlights. Next up is a 1979 Datsun 620 black. Man, the pictures on Facebook Marketplace of this one looked so good, and then it disappointed me so much. Man, even in the video editing, you can see this rattle can paint job. So everything was spray painted black. I'm so happy that I came to look at it in person. The paint job was terrible. Anywhere that I didn't see spray paint, I saw massive amounts of rust. I saw crazy amounts of bondo. Like, look at that body kit at the bottom is all wrinkled and looking awful. So really happy that I came and looked at it. There were some weird body mods on this one. It ran really well. I would have loved to potentially use the transmission in this one, but overall, like, the dash was like the popcorn ceilings of an 80s house. It was a popcorn dash, and then it was spray painted black. So it felt like I was in a movie for the Flintstones when I drove it. Really happy that I came and looked at it because the pictures look so fly, but they disappointed me. The 1979 Datsun 620 King cab that I found in Prescott, Arizona. The reason that this one was a winner is that rust was a deal breaker. Because this was an original paint job, there was nowhere to hide rust. The frame was looking gorgeous. There was also like bone stock, everything. So there really were no modifications. So I could really make it my own. I loved the original chrome that was still on it from the 70s. One thing that I am happy that I found was that this one had been redone in the interior. So new upholstery, but it was designed to match the interior of when it was new in the 70s. And honestly, that is a great investment for me to be able to spend $6,500 on a bone stock original truck where only the upholstery and the stereo has been redone for that price. Really is going to end up saving me a lot of money in this build because the interior is going to look so good at the end. And then I can decide, do I want to keep the patina? Do I want to keep those original hubcaps? I have so much more choice now on if I want to make it look original or if I want to make it look redone. So this is the winner. And so the reason that I took it is because look at the absence of rust. The frame was looking amazing. The interior was already done, saving me money. And it was a king cab, which I know 10 inches is not a lot of space, but for someone as tall as me to have just a little bit more room in the cab for me and my tall friends was something that was really valuable. So we did it. We found the car. The search is over. No more long trips to California to find the perfect vehicle. So I am really excited to get started on this journey. I am going to be doing a fully Japanese repower, going to be part of that JDM community. I'm really excited about it. It'll actually be the first foreign car I've ever owned because all of my family works for the big three. Don't tell them. But anywho, now that you saw how I determined what vintage vehicle was going to be right for this build, if you missed my video about what parts car I bought at auction and why I chose it and how to navigate the auction space, please check out my video about that because I do go through, you know, bidding and previewing the car and why I selected that car. So if you're looking to purchase a vehicle, whether it's vintage or at auction, check out that video. I think it'll be really helpful for you. And of course, if you want more EV tips or you want to watch me fail along the way as I bastardize a beautiful Datsun truck, please join me and subscribe. Also, the guy was really sweet when we were getting ready to leave, and he's like, do you want some avocados? Because they were just like falling off of his beautiful avocado tree. God, I love California.